Hey, my fellow coaches. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the value of your client's story. Now, most of us who have been credentialed and we went through coach specific training, accredited programs in particular, you probably learned that you don't want to get caught up or lost in the client's story because it kind of derails the coaching session. However, in many cultures, the story is extremely valuable for understanding and for really getting a good sense of the person's experience through storytelling. That's how many cultures have shared information. And so a lot of people will tell you the story in order to give you context. The issue that we have as coaches is that people can get lost and they'll spend most of the session venting about what happened. Now, there's a rule of thumb that I have with this. And my strategy is usually what category is this story falling into? And that will then give me the ability to determine, do I want to disrupt the story now, or do I want to hold a little bit more space to give the client the ability to share their experience? So my strategy is real simple. What are the words the client is using, and have they centralized themselves as the main character in the story, or have they distanced themselves and they're speaking from an observer's point of view? When the client is speaking to you as the central character, the main character, and you hear words that connect specifically to one of their senses, what they're seeing, what they're feeling, what they're hearing, what their gut is telling them, how the experience is making them feel. When I hear that, I know that they need to share their experience in the story, and that information is going to give us a lot of pearls, if you will, in order to help them figure out what they really want to do. And it'll make it easier for you as a coach to tie in or discover the relationship between the goal that the client is trying to achieve and the context of the story that they're sharing with you. If the story falls in the category of them being the observer, then they have detached themselves. I disrupt that pretty quickly. And I usually say something to the lines of, hey, that sounds great. I call their name. And I do say, I do want to disrupt the story really briefly because I want to make sure I'm clear that I understand what you need in order to help you achieve the agenda you brought to the session today. Right. So that's one of the techniques that I use. And that allows me to redirect them if they feel the need to tell the story. I first get them to centralize themselves as the main character in the story that they're telling, because that's where we get the meat of what they really want. So the story is very valuable. And once they've centralized themselves, we can then build upon the story to understand, okay, what's the relationship? So that's just a little bit about how the story is valuable and what you can do with this story, and understand that you don't have to dismiss it immediately. It's all in what purpose does the story serve for the client? And how can you as a coach leverage it to help facilitate the coaching process in the session? Okay, if you want to know more, I will be doing a hands-on workshop in June. The actual date to be determined. We're still figuring it out. It's going to be a virtual workshop for the International Coaching Federation Philadelphia chapter. So please look out for the date, the time, and the registration link. I will be sharing it on this page. Also, if you want to get on the list, or if you want me to send you the link, go to my website and you can fill out the contact form. I'm going to put the link in the description for this video. You could go to my website, fill out the contact form, and get on the list, and I will email you or I will send you the link so that you can register for this workshop. And again, it's about the value of the story. How do we leverage it in the coaching session so that we can understand what our clients are seeking as they come to us to optimize their full potential? All right, you guys, go out there and create awesome sauce for yourself and for others.